Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as it concerns trade rumors surrounding the Jazz and the ongoing talks between both sides, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Jazz, regarding trade rumors surrounding Russell Westbrook and a couple of players that could potentially be part of a trade scenario, rumored trade scenario. Regarding making a deal happen between the Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers. And guys, I want to give you all my thoughts and my opinions about this updated report about this trade rumor and what does this all mean for the Lakers moving forward. And I want to give you all my thoughts about it. But before anything, like always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN_sports. Guys, I really do appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me all across social media. And of course, on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube, please make sure to hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you will know when I upload on this channel. And please subscribe also to my podcast as well, ZSPN. It's basically the same content that I give on YouTube, only you can listen to me on the go, whether you're working out, where you're going home or going to work, morning, night. I mean, it's all up to you. As you just show me the love support there. It's basically the same content that I give on YouTube, only you can listen to me on the go. So please subscribe to my podcast at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, all those good podcast distributions out there. Much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. So guys, let's talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Jazz trade rumors when it comes down to it, guys, according to the reports from The Athletic. And this reporting comes from Bleacher Report, but it's reported by The Athletic. According to the reports, guys, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Jazz have been engaged in ongoing talks when it comes to trade rumors between both sides. Obviously, the trade will be surrounding Russell Westbrook and a couple of players when it comes to making a deal happen between both sides. Now, it's not, there's no indication that they have something done. I mean, it doesn't show that there's a trade that's out there and it's going to get done very soon. I'm not trying to say that at all. They're just engaging in ongoing talks, and it's been this sort of pattern now. I mean, it's not anything too surprising that the Lakers and the Jazz have been, talking when it comes to certain trade rumors that could potentially go down between both sides. And obviously, guys, just coming from a personal standpoint when it comes to this particular rumor, I have to say, guys, I'm not really reading too much into this particular trade or this updated report, to be honest with you, because it really seems like more likely that the Lakers are going to go into this upcoming season with Russell Westbrook still on the roster. I came to the realization of that, guys, but, the Lakers could shock me. I mean, and the mindset that, this is the Lakers we're talking about. Anything goes down when it comes to the Lakers. It could caught us by surprise. I mean, look at a couple of weeks ago when it comes to the Lakers trading for Patrick Beverley. I mean, that was a blindsided trade that really shocked me when it comes to that particular trade. So anything can happen when it comes to the Lakers. I will be shocked, but guys, I'm not, there's a lot of, expectations when it comes to what the Lakers are doing when it comes to certain trades. And I personally, guys, when it comes down to it, I mean, we all know what other teams want from the Lakers. It is not Russell Westbrook. Let's just be clear here, guys. I'm going to say this now. Anybody that's going to trade for Russell Westbrook, there's a likely chance that he will get bought out by that particular team. Or they could just potentially just tell him, you know what, you're not going to wear our uniform, you can just stay home. That type of scenario. Similar situation to what the Houston Rockets did with John Wall. And, when it comes down to that sort of notion, I really see that potentially happening because I don't think any team in the NBA surprisingly, don't really want Russell Westbrook on their team. And I really think, guys, when it comes down to it, Russell Westbrook has a lot in the tank to really show what he's made of. I mean, when it comes down to it, guys, I think just because he had a bad year with the Lakers doesn't mean that if he goes somewhere else, that he will lit it up with that particular organization. And plus, guys, if he does come back to the Lakers in his second year with the Lakers, I really think that he's going to have a redemption type of season. Maybe he'll be a much different, better player going into this next season. But I'm not trying to say he's going to like shock us all shooting like, 37, 38% from the three and, lessening the turnovers and maybe accepting the role of being a third option for the Lakers or maybe potentially coming off the bench type of scenario. I'm not trying to say that at all. I just think that when it comes down to it, Russell Westbrook going into his second year with the Los Angeles Lakers, I think it's going to be a much better season for Russell Westbrook than what it was last season, just by a bit. I'm not trying to say he's going to be a huge game changer, but, he could shock us. You never know. He could, accept all certain, down the line check marks that we want to see from Russell Westbrook if he does come back with the Los Angeles Lakers. And, it's just it's so up in the air at this moment, guys. I mean, just have to wait and see what the Lakers and Russell Westbrook will do when it comes to going into the upcoming season and what Darvin Ham wants to see from Russell Westbrook. So, guys, when it comes down to that sort of notion, I really think he's going to stick around. And when it comes to the Utah Jazz, like every single team out there, the Lakers, they want the Lakers to trade their assets. And obviously it's the 2 future first-round picks of 2027 and a 2029 first-round pick. And, guys, I'm on the mindset, I'm saying this since day one, I think the Lakers should keep their assets when it comes to certain trades like that, like the Indiana Pacers trade, which I think they're going to basically offer the Lakers an expiring contract and an old Mike Conley. And then you have obviously Jordan Clarkson, which I think it would be nice to have him back. And I think he'll bring a lot to the table when it comes to, from the bench role, rotational wise. And I think his skill set will obviously help out the Lakers big time off the bench. So I would like that certain move. And then you have Bojan Bogdanovic, who obviously has a contract as well. I believe he has an expiring contract. So, guys, yeah, the expiring contract of Bojan Bogdanovic obviously plays a big role in that as well. And then you also have, I believe, if the Lakers, what I've been seeing from the reports, if the Lakers go with Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, Bojan Bogdanovic, and I believe Malik Beasley, somewhere around maybe like a four players in exchange for Russell Westbrook and a couple of draft picks, then I think that's the best, obviously, top of the line for the Lakers when it comes to making that sort of trade happen. But I'm in the mindset, guys, that is not worth 2 future first-round picks. I mean, that's just logic, to be honest with you. I mean, the only way you trade 2 future first-round picks, if you're getting somebody like a Kyrie Irving or what's his name? Donovan Mitchell, excuse me. And then, you maybe like maybe like a Jamal Murray type of player. I would rather keep my assets and get those particular players if I want to build my roster and, just bring in some help for LeBron and Anthony Davis and that sort of route. And, guys, at best, I would say maybe the Indiana Pacers trade with, Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. Maybe one, or I think just maybe one is worth those 2 players to come on the Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, guys, that's just my own personal opinion about that. And then reading more into the article from The Athletic, excuse me, I had a huge brain freeze right there, excuse me. When it comes down to it, obviously they're trying to, match the contract of Russell Westbrook's. So all I saw was like numbers and how could this fit, how could that fit. But as I said from the beginning, guys, I'm not reading to this update so seriously because it doesn't really seem that it is potentially going to happen. I mean, they could shock us. I mean, by the time I upload this video, maybe a trade will happen. But as it stands now, guys, they're just engaging in ongoing talks. And so far, nothing has really been moving when it comes to those certain talks. So it's just a waiting game type of scenario with both teams and especially the Lakers. And like I said, guys, in my past videos, if you guys go check them out, the Lakers, I think they're going to go into this upcoming season with the roster that they have and with Russell Westbrook still on the Lakers roster. I still think before the preseason starts that the Lakers will potentially sign somebody, but it sort of depends on who will it be. Maybe a potential free agent that's still available, maybe like a Dennis Schroeder, maybe Carmelo Anthony, maybe those certain players that could be added on, because the Lakers, as it stands now, they have 13 players on their roster, and they need to fill in that one seat. I believe that 14th spot. The Lakers need to have 14 players on the roster to go into the NBA season due to the NBA rules. They can keep, I know the Lakers are going to keep that last roster spot for potentially maybe a buyout type of player, but the Lakers have to fill up that 14th roster spot if they want to move forward into the NBA season. So there's a guaranteed chance that the Lakers will resolve that, either seeing players in the free agency market or that's still available, or potentially sign somebody from the G League, from the South Bay Lakers, who are on a two-way contract, maybe a Cole Swider, or maybe Scottie Pippen Jr., maybe those particular players that could potentially fill up that roster spot. But still remains to be seen what the Lakers will do when it comes down to that. And guys, I really want to know your thoughts about this. I mean, it's the same type of reporting as we've been hearing for these past couple of weeks. I mean, it's just more update that there's still talks going out between the both organizations, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Jazz. So I find it very interesting that they're still talking about it, but I still think that nothing will get resolved and a deal will potentially happen. I don't really see it happening because of how close we are in the preseason and to the preseason and almost the regular season. I mean, we have a month away. And, guys, it's just all signs are indicating that the Lakers don't want to get rid of their assets, their first round draft picks. And, it's just, at the moment, the Lakers are not going to make a trade because there's nothing out there that's appealing to them. And rightfully so. I mean, I don't see any trade out there that's really beneficial for the Lakers that will obviously have us forfeit 2 future first round picks. I don't really see that happening. So, or I don't really see any trades out there that will make that happen. So it is a type of scenario, guys, that is just a waiting game. And I think the Lakers will potentially make a trade, but it could potentially maybe happen in mid-season, at the trade deadline in February of 2023. So it's all up in the air at this moment, guys, and it's just a waiting game, and we just have to wait and see what the Lakers will do. And guys, I really want to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and please give me your thoughts about this updated report about the Lakers and the Jazz ongoing talks. Do you think the Lakers will make a deal happen between them or with the Jazz, or do you think the Lakers should just move forward with the roster they have and just wait until the trade deadline to make a trade happen? Because I think more trades will start to kick back up once the trade deadline approaches. So it's a possibility, guys. We just have to wait and see. And you never know. Maybe the Lakers will revisit certain trades that went down in the offseason from maybe the Brooklyn Nets. You never know. That could potentially happen. So it's just another waiting game, guys, and we just have to wait and see what the Lakers will do. And so far, it really seems more likely than not that Russell Westbrook will go into the upcoming season as a Los Angeles Lakers. So and we just have to brace ourselves if he will change his ways, or we just have to stick with what Russell Westbrook brings to the table, I guess, moving forward. So it is what it is. So guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, like me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. And of course, guys, follow me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at ZSPN. And of course, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.